What's going on, guys? It's the One Round Rycon. Today we are here with the Gundam Universe Shining Gundam figure review for you. As you can see, he's got the green hand. He's looking real nice and cool. So before I show off the figure, of course, I always show off the box because I like the art they do on him. It's nice and dramatic, and of course the pose that I usually try to replicate. This is a nice little product shot. You gotta read the back. Always read the back of the box. Always. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Read the back of the box. It shows you some stuff he comes with. The posing and all that. Of course, he's from Mobile Fighter G Gundam. appears in Mobile Fighter G Gundam 1994. The mobile fighter from the Neo Japan that entered the 13th Gundam Fight Tournament. The pilot Gundam fighter Domon Cashew. Is it Cashew? Cashew nut? I think it's cashew. Uses an emotion-driven energy system to convert Shining Gundam from battle mode to super mode. His finishing move is the Shining Finger, where the Gundam's hand glows with energy and destroys its opponent. This is indeed Domon's robot. I'll also compare it with his other robot here in a bit. But as you can see, it looks pretty good. I like how it looks so far, of course. Excuse me. The Gundam Universe figures are pretty plain, if you will. And that happens. I'll put that right there for now. They don't look super crazy. Obviously, like, I could do for some panel lining or a little bit more paint here and there, but for a cheap $20 figure, you get what you get. And that's not necessarily a bad thing when it comes to this line. I do like the line for what it is. Provides multiple suits from multiple series for a cheap price. So if you just want a suit that you love from a particular series, you can probably pick it up from this line and just have a figure without you having to build it or having to spend $100-some on a big fancy metal one like in the back. Or God forbid you get the metal build ones, which are like 7 inches, and like those just literally bigger, and they do run like closer to like 3 for any given one, I think. But if you're on a budget, these are good ones to get, and I particularly like this figure because I like G Gundam. I like the color scheme, and also just like how it's just fist fighting. There's swords and stuff and all that, but I just like how his finishing move is the cheese touch. He gives you a big slap with a shining finger, and I just kind of like that. But as you can see, we have the super faceplate on because this particular figure actually comes with the change of faceplate, which is new to the line. As you can see here, we got the base one, the normal traditional Gundam looking one. And then we have the super one where his faceplate opens up and looks more like a samurai. Pretty cool. Of course, he comes with the green hand that you can just swap on. He comes with his 2 fist hands on in the box. His skirt comes off. It's not supposed to, but it does. Put that back on there. His backpack comes disassembled in the box. You do have to just kind of slap it on. It's literally just a quick, if I can get it off. It just pegs in. Easy peasy. Ta-da. As for the other one, his other accessories, these actually come off as well. They came on in the box, but you can either have them like laying flat, or when he powers up, you can move this little tab to have them kind of standing upright off of his arms, which is kind of cool. Then we get his sword sheaths. So we got the short and the long. And then probably my favorite part of the figure is these beam saber effects. You got the one that's short, one that's long, the kind of katana-esque looking ones. I think that's just kind of cool. It's different from the traditional beam sabers that we usually get, so I like that they did bother to include that with this particular figure, and they just look really cool. He, of course, comes with the alternate hands, which are just the weapon-holding hands. Where's the other fist? Oh, there we go. Even though it comes... Excuse me, man. Comes with the closed fist on in the box. And then, of course, we have like the sword-holding hand and then the default trigger finger hand they all get. Even though he doesn't come with a gun, he doesn't have a gun. They just all get the trigger finger hand as the default right hand, and the left hand is always like a sword-holding hand. I get it, but also like technically he doesn't have one, at least that I can remember. So why is it always just a default trigger hand? Can't you just make the mold for the other hand for the left hand or the right hand, I guess? But, you know, what do I know? I don't make figures, so what do I know? I do like the green on his chest and in his eyes. Like I said, for what it is, the paint looks fine. It's fine. I like it. It's cool, different. I like the beam saber effects. That's probably my favorite thing, other than the glowing green hand. Then let's show him off with his contemporary. It's a little dusty. I got him dusted off enough, but he's been sitting on a different shelf for the time being. We have God Gundam, Burning Gundam, whatever you want to call it. On the box, I think it's Burning Gundam, but it's God Gundam. So we can have these two here. See how they stand up. Or this was one of the earlier releases in this line, and this one is the most recent wave, I believe. Or I guess at this point, second most recent, because I don't know if the one with the Gundam Banshee Norn or just a Unicorn Norn or whatever, I don't know if that one's released yet. I know it was on pre-order. I think it was slated for September, but I don't remember. So that wave might be out. So if that's the case, this is like the second most recent wave. But regardless. So here he is. I think I think Burning is slightly taller. Maybe in way of silly hair spikes. Or helmet spikes, I guess. Then comparing him with the Lightning Collection figure. Again, RIP Lightning Collection. We have the Lunar Wolf Ranger. They stand pretty well next to each other. Of course, if you ever want to... It's not the first time Power Ranger would fight a giant robot, but normally they get in their own robot first. And let's grab the new Goku I got, the SH Figure Arts Legendary Saiyan, or Super Saiyan Goku. Of course, again, by hair spikes, he wins in the height department, but I think they actually line up pretty well. Actually, no, I think he's... Barring the hair, Goku is like maybe half an inch shorter. It's kind of neat. But yeah, if you ever wanted Goku fighting a robot, again, it wouldn't be his first time fighting a giant piloted mecha either. As weird as that sounds. But it's a pretty good figure. I like it. I like how it looks. I like G Gundam, so any more representation is always fun. And we've already done Tall Geese 2 from this line. He's actually sitting right back there. And Ariel is next. I have her sitting over here in her box. She'll be the next one I review after this one. And then Barbados, as soon as I can get a hold of him, I'll probably do it. But those are the $40 ones. Like, I still haven't done... it's not full burden. It's the other one from that line. Is that Farides? No, that's the same. That's the same Gundam. I still haven't done that one from that line because it's just harder to find. It doesn't show up in stores, and I just haven't bothered ordering it online because it's a $40 figure, and I'll get to it if I get to it. But for what it is, I like it. There is actually, like, no movement in the abs at all. I do like that it can kind of kick forward and back. This is more like a kung fu martial arts type fighting series, so I like that it can kind of get in those kind of poses and at least kick out sideways and stuff like that. The articulation on these aren't usually crazy. That's why I kind of glossed over it this time because they're all the same. They don't really do much. They're very limited. You can get a decent back kick, which is nice. You can look down. Yeah, like they're usually pretty limited, so you can only do so much. Like the Sazabi, you can kind of move his arms, and that's about it on that figure. It looks nice just standing there, but all he can do is stand there. Kind of wish there was some like better. Okay, it's there because you got to kind of crack it first, so he can kind of wiggle around. So nothing crazy, but if you're creative and have some like action stands or what have you, you can have him do some cool flying like kung fu poses, or karate poses, whatever, called martial arts. Maybe throw somebody in an arm bar or a rear naked choke if you want to get real funny. But pretty solid figure. I like it. As always, I like the Gundam Universe line. You get what you pay for, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Solid figure. I'd pick it up, especially if you're a fan of G Gundam. Never hurts to have some more representation there. If you like what you see, leave a like down below. Subscribe for more content like this, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and figure reviews, and Beyblades, apparently. I've been the one, Rowland Raiko. We'll see you guys next time.